was thinking about that. Sorry. There you go.
I'm done.
I was thinking about, I did a TV movie with Woody Allen, and he was the crew was sitting around a bowl of peanuts, and eating this bowl of peanuts. And we were talking about time travel, and Woody kind of came up and heard what we were talking about, and we turned and said, Woody, if you go into any time other than now, where would you go? And he said, no time before the invention of penicillin. It was such a great Woody Allen movie. So I'm all for that. I did anytime after the invention of penicillin.
Christopher?
I'm thinking.
All right. Obviously, we're here at Megacon, and I'm just curious, where's been some of the most unique or unusual places that you guys have been recognized? Joshua.
Oh, I don't know.
We'll circle back.
The men's room.
I told you never to mention that, Leah. I got off the plane in Hong Kong, made it through Chinese customs, and a man was literally pulling a rickshaw. I don't mean to be culturally insensitive, I truly, but he's pulling the rickshaw by me, dropped the bars of the rickshaw, and just went, "Back to the Future!" So, man, that thing gets around. Wow.
Well, okay, I remember something. I was taking a bicycle trip across the country, literally from Oceanside or somewhere to Nova Scotia. And I was going across the desert, and it was hot. I was very aware about, running out of water. There were signs like, why are you doing this? Okay.
So good looking.
Oh, okay. And so I'm going across, and there was like a trestle going across between the sand dunes, and got off the bike, and went down below, and lit up, just in the shade, catching my breath, and I hear a vehicle cross the bridge and slow down and stop. And my bicycle and everything I, possessed is up there. And a few moments later, this guy leans over the edge of the bridge and looks down, and he sees me. And he looks at me and he goes, "Reverend Jim." There's no follow-up on that.
Michael, any unique places that you've been recognized?
Let me see, I get recognized everywhere.
Love you, Michael!
It's weird. It's so strange that you said that. I don't know what it's like not to be recognized. It's kind of weird. Like I just assume, and it's terrible. I don't mean this to be arrogant or anything. But I just assume people know who I am. and they do, and it's really weird. And what's really great is when they're not impressed. Like, oh, Mike, yeah, just go back. Right on, back on. No privileges here. So, but it's weird. I've been well known for like 40 years. It's really weird. But it's just weird. And I have to tell you, like, permission not to suck up, but it's really been one of the great things in my life that all you folks know who I am, and then I feel like I know who you are, and we have this great communication that it like just reinforced today. Just to be with you and see you all and then have you. When I first I was asked to do one of these things years ago, and I thought, well, I don't know, because I'll do it and I'll get to show up for people that show up for me and say hello to you and all that stuff. And I realized I wasn't doing it for you, I was doing it for me because you guys give me so much. And in my life, all the blessings in my life come from you, and I appreciate it, and only want to get that out of you. Except the guy with the Marty McFly vest, it was annoyed me, but all the rest are great.
LAX Customs once. LAX Customs with all the 747s coming out, and just hundreds and hundreds of people, and I'm in line behind hundreds of people with my passport out, and the officer, the customs officer, U.S. Customs, points at me. Now sometimes I get taken for extra screening or something, so I don't think what you think I think. I'm thinking, oh no, they're gonna take me to the room, the whole thing, and so I'm going, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. I finally get to the front, and he says, did you fly a DeLorean to get back in? Come on in. I have my passport. So sometimes my face doesn't need a passport.
What a perk. I wanted to ask, since we are in Orlando and we're in the land of theme parks, a little bit about the Back to the Future ride. Now, amazing. Can you guys tell us a little bit about filming, the additional footage going on?
The run back. Yeah, I used to take the ride a lot. One day I was at Universal, I think I rode it 4 times consecutively. I didn't feel that well afterwards. But it was an interesting experience. Makes you think.
What they did, Douglas Trumbull, who is passed on now, but he did all of the special effects for 2001: A Space Odyssey. Optical, like cinema effects, not computer graphics or anything. An amazing, amazing artist in that kind of design. So he designed the Back to the Future ride. And they were building it in Massachusetts. Anyway, they built the ride. But the ride, when they first opened the ride, it was too powerful. You were jerking so much, it was far too much of a flight simulator, and people were having problems. So they went, I remember, you were there with, the thing that was with the ride, with Chris, with me, people would call, Universal would call, say, Tom, we've got some, special needs kids, Make-A-Wish Foundation, Starlight Foundation. Could you come and take the ride with some kids? And of course, of course. So I live close to the park. So you come down to the park, you do the ride. And I do the ride about 3 times, and you're just like, I am not well. I don't feel good at all. So I get off the 3rd time, and I think, I have to stop, I have to stop. Tom, this is Mikey, he missed the bus. You go on the ride. So I'm going on this ride with the kid. Dear God, please don't let me throw up on a special needs kid. And I kept it together, just barely. But that was about it. For the Back to the Future ride, I would say, I'll give the kid $1,000. How about that? But it's a great ride. I mean, it's a great ride. It was a great ride. They changed it to to an, what is it now? Simpsons. Look, we all know that Simpsons stuff isn't going anywhere.
All right.
But it's Simpsons now, but it was far. Do you guys, if I could talk to you just a second about the ride, which was incredible, the Douglas Trumbull thing. So I see the models that they built for Hill Valley, that they are going to, it's not computer graphics, they're going to have to run a camera through this model that they built of Hill Valley. So all of the lines, all of the buildings are curved. Like they're lamp posts, and they have a curvature to them, and everything. It's a very unusual looking model of the city. Right? Well, why is everything curved like that? And well, that's Tom, because it's a dome, and we're going to be projecting the film into a dome, so that we've factored in the dome so that all of these curved lines will appear straight. Like they had smart people who were good at math figure these things out. Amazing.
Great. So we actually have some fan-submitted videos from some of their favorite scenes from the films. So we're going to play those videos, and we just want to get some of your commentary or notes on these films. So should we roll the first one?
Yeah!
All right, let's do it.
Back
Yes.
to the Future cast. I'm Colin. I'm from Miramar, Florida, and my favorite Back to the Future moment is the scene at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, right before George kisses Lorraine for the very first time. Marty's fading out of existence and doesn't know whether his dad's going to do it. The music is great. The acting is incredible. Great performances from Michael J. Fox, Leah Thompson, and Crispin Glover. Just amazing. Thank you for such an incredible movie that'll last the test of time.
If I may, Colin didn't mention me at all, so. No, it's up to them.
That was an amazing scene. It was really magical, kind of creating that. Remember, like walking into those scenes, and all of a sudden you were in the 50s. It was so crazy. It was like when they kept converting the courthouse square to different times. It's just it's so magical to be part of something like that, with the cars and the costumes and all the extras, and that particular scene was so perfectly crafted by Bob Zemeckis. I'm a director, so I've grown more and more to appreciate the precision that he used to make that movie, and the music, how powerful the music is, because there's a musical now. Of course, nobody portrays us as well as we did. Just kidding. They're wonderful. But those moments are so wonderful to see with an audience. Again, that moment is so powerful. And they use the same, music and everything, and it still means a lot to people, those moments. He didn't really ask us a question, so I'm just talking.
Also, he brought up, and I bring it up also, I always bring up Crispin, because he was so brilliant.
Yeah.
So I always have to mention Crispin, and he's brilliant with that. And when we first auditioned together, we were paired together as they paired up Bob, and this guy and that guy, and a couple pairs, and Tom is Crispin Glover, and we meet, and we went outside, worked on the scene, and halfway through I thought, well, I don't know if I'm doing this 50, but if they don't hire this guy, they're out of their minds, man. It was, it took the level of the scenes to magic with what he was doing.
Well, he was such a nerd, and that's like a great kiss.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
an extraordinary kiss.
And still, to my children, I'll point to my wife when we're headed out and say, yes, I'm going out with her.
And of course, the incredible guitar playing by Mr. Fox.
You ready to guitar, right? I can't hear a word you guys are saying, so I'm, if I don't jump in, it's not that I'm not interested, or I don't care, I have nothing to say. I just hear what you're saying. But I want to go back to one thing if I can, because you're talking about the ride. The ride was really cool, because the ride was, at Universal Studios, we were shooting, part 2, they had the ride up, I think, or something. Because I would go down to the thing and I'd go in the back door, and there was this, like, what the ride was basically a rocking chair in front of a big screen TV. that was as advanced as technology was, because you just got next chair and I thought, this is it? But it was really cool. Yeah, I'll be home in a second. So anyway, but the thing that was really cool is I go down and I come up in the rafters of the ride and look down and there's like 40 little vegetables, little things with people in rocking chairs, TV sets, and I just sit and watch them for hours. But I love that I had that access to that. But there's one more thing I was going to say about that. I can't think of it. Oh no, this is the other thing. It was not really related to that, but another thing about it, just a little side thing about shooting at Universal Studios. We shoot at Universal Studios, we doing our scenes, and the trams would come through. Everything's shut down, and the trams go on. And I know King Kong on the left, and Ben and her went down here, and all that stuff, and we had to shut down. And so Bob got really pissed off and went, "Can I say that pissed off?" I went, "That's it." And he went to the office of Universal and he said, "We're shooting a movie and you keep shutting us down because of these trams." And they kind of laughed at him and said, "Bob, those trams make more money in a month than your movie would." So Bob went, "Oh, okay." We didn't get into the scene where we remember we'd go out and we'd hijack the trams. We'd go out and they'd go, "Michael Fox." Yeah. And then we just and screw them up. But it was a really weird time. It was like magical to be. If you sit in a daydream about what it's like to be a big in a big movie in a big lot in Hollywood, and what that's like, it's really cool. It's everything you think it is, and we were really blessed to be in that position and do that, and for all the movie has meant to other people, and how it's resonated through time. That time that we had making it, I don't know about you guys, but it was just the most magical time of my life. It was amazing. You just stop and look at yourself and say, "Wow, you really do this." Enough.
All right, here's the second video.
My name is Cora Price, and today's actually my birthday. I just turned 12, and I live in this really cool out-of-this-world place called Orlando, Florida. My favorite Back to the Future movie was definitely gotta be the second one, because I thought it was really cool how Marty McFly knew how to ride the skateboard, but when he went into the future, he rode on the hoverboard, and it was just like natural, but even though it was in the future, he still knew how to do it, so I just thought that was really cool and really futuristic. Anyway, thank you, bye!
So I guess the question is memories of the hoverboard.
Well, I think the thing with hoverboard was my wife was pregnant, and I was on this thing that's like gizmo cherry picker that like it says even really hoverboard. I'm sorry. It was a piece of wood that was stapled to my feet, and I had wires and hangers on my collar, and fingering at the back of my jacket, and hanging from a cherry picker. So I'm just hanging there, and I have a beeper on. If my wife calls, and it goes in the window. And it's like, she's like, "Wait, what do I do? I'm swinging back and forth." So nice, and so that was my big memory, was was like how much pain was involved in doing that. Because I was hanging it from like wires around my arm, and it was just insane. And but it turned out looking pretty cool. And my wife had my son, and he's now 34 years old. It's crazy. Yeah, I got one of my 20-year-old twins getting married next month. My youngest one is in college, and is much smarter than I was. And that's good. It's good life.
All of the hoverboards, you know the flying hoverboards, and they had actual hoverboards with like piano wire going from the rear of the hoverboard, at the front of the hoverboard, and coming through our harness to go up to this crane. So they made the hoverboards of a certain size, they made all the piano wires of a certain size that fit everyone. Everyone fit inside the wires and could fly up. So we went out to a ranch to rehearse on the hoverboards and see, and lifted it up. So they lift us up on the hoverboard. Well, I get on my hoverboard, and the wires come right at my chest, like that. So they start spinning us around to fly, and everyone's like, ho ho, this is fun! And I'm just going, So I'm telling you, there's a shot where we're swinging toward the camera, and I'm Griff in the front, and I'm doing that Griff Rivers thing because I am literally going, and I got nice purple lines that went right down my chest. Even because in the rehearsals out at the ranch, I said, I can't do, can you move the wires and the hoverboard? And, stuntmen. Nope.
All right, here's the next video.
Hi, my name is Jackson Becker. I'm from Lake Mary, Florida. My favorite scene in Back to the Future is when Doc and Marty are in the garage testing if the lightning will be enough to power the 1.312 watts. So Marty winds up the car and it starts going. It goes into the paint, which catches fire. And Doc makes this great face. That's one of my favorite scenes in Back to the Future.
Who is she?
Can you tell us about the scene, and maybe did you have to practice making that face in a mirror?
No, I think that was a one-take deal. Third, fourth, fifth, 10th take, I don't know which one. I had no idea I was going to be sitting here today, and I didn't see that.
Well, we appreciate it. All right, we have one final video. Oh, yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
About Chris and that scene. Chris, there's a thing we say in show business about we call lane type, which is exposition, which is like saying, like getting the exposition out, saying this will happen, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. And it's like a way of telling the audience what's going to happen, and it saves you having to show that stuff. But the lane pipe is a thankless thing. No one wants the lane pipe. No one wants to do the exposition. It's boring and it's like it's a drag. But every once in a while, a genius is born who can lay pipe better than anyone in the world and make it entertaining and like to tell you that stuff you need to know, tell you the way it's more exciting than the actual thing. It's just she's so good at it, and the world's greatest layer of pipe. All the rules in Back to the Future. All the rules, like you go to 88 and you do all this. You put it out there and you remember it because it's so brilliant. Like you say 88 and then it was good. You lay it all out there, and then the thing would blow up. And I just memorize all this stuff. The guy didn't know any stuff. But really, truly, Chris is a genius at exposition. He's just the best in the world, and we honor learning from him.
It is amazing to have a movie, to say in the middle of the movie, have the writers think, we gotta get a chalkboard and have him just explain the movie right now. In the middle of it. Okay, here's where we are. You know.
All right, here's the final video.
This is my favorite movie moment. It was right before Doc shows Marty the paper. It's just so funny. I think they did such a great job.
Don't talk to anyone. Don't touch anything. Don't do anything. Don't interact with anyone. And try not to look at anything. I don't get it. I thought you said this had something to do with my kids. Look what happens to your son.
Very creative.
And sometimes they're a cry for help.
Do you guys want to talk about that scene with the paper? I guess that's their question. I'm with you on this one.
We'll talk about the scene with the paper where, what are you talking I didn't watch the movies.
Yeah. I mean, sure. I think we covered it. Yeah? Did we cover it? Perfect. Yeah, we got it. Yeah. That was super cute. Yeah, we got it. All right. Well, we do have some more fan-submitted questions. This one is for you, Tom. This is from David from Orlando, Florida. Of course. Woohoo, Orlando. They want to know about your song, Stop Asking Me the Question. And getting to sing it in front of some of your fellow cast members.
I have sung in front of my fellow cast members. I won't sing it tonight because I come to my table, bring some, I don't know, those peanut butter M&Ms or something. I don't do it for free. I was working as a stand-up comedian all around this great land of ours. Anyway, I would spend all night till 3:30 in the morning standing in the parking lot of a nightclub or a theater answering questions to people that just wanted to talk about Back to the Future after my show. And I just thought it was just fixing a problem. Like, I've got to go home to the hotel and sleep. I need something. So I wrote a song just to answer all the questions, but both things. Answer the questions and to communicate in a funny way that, yeah, I've heard that before. So it was very early. It was one of the first viral videos on YouTube. I didn't know how the video, I didn't know how YouTube works. I put that on YouTube. So I put it on YouTube. Oh, you gotta make it for sharing, okay. And so that week I put it out there. And I remember hearing on the radio that, Bob Dylan, his new album is out, his video, it's got over 25,000 looks on YouTube. And I thought, my video already did 250,000 views. So I didn't even know, it just went, so it went viral when none of us knew what viral meant. But it became a big thing, which was very, very great. I felt good because Good Morning America or something, it was the Oscars a number of years ago. But they asked me, will you come on the show and play that question song, just as a sort of response within our fascination with the movie business of what can happen and that kind of identification. So I went on and I sang the song sort of as a response. But everyone, not everyone, a lot of people, oh see, he hates the movies. It wasn't that at all. It was like, guys, I'm telling a joke. I do it in nightclubs for people drinking grown-up drinks and eating chicken fingers and having fun. I love the movies. I love being part of the movies. Early on. I mean, I've done TV shows and everything, but you get in a movie like this, and the feeling of what the baseball player, the kid who finally says, like, he's in Fenway Park. and he's wearing a really nice uniform. I just go, wow, this is the big leagues, you know? Yes, it's the cameras and it's big studios and everything, but really, for me, it's an actor working with these actors that are such a high level. You're just thinking, wow, man, this is cool. That's what's cool about it.
All right, this next question is from Kira from Melbourne, Florida. And they want to know, if you could have any other car be a version of the DeLorean, what car would you choose?
The Jeep.
It'd be funny with all this packed in the road, to have a mini. Roomy for me. And nothing else.
2008, I've driven a 2008 Honda Element, and still do. Look, I love the car, but unfortunately, it won't go 88 miles an hour. Stuck with the present.
My first car was a Gremlin. Remember those?
Yeah.
Gremlin. Yeah, a Gremlin time machine would be pretty awesome. There's none of them that exist anymore because they were so bad. They've all rusted to dust.
Matadors. That was AMC first. Pacers would be good. You always give me how cool was it? Jordan was a pain in the ass. First of all, we had 9,000. Even he says, and I credit to all the people that collect DeLoreans, and then a lot of them use them to raise money for charity, for foundation and stuff. I really appreciate that. But anyone says that they had a DeLorean, doesn't have a DeLorean, because there's a million DeLoreans. And we had chopped in half, we had chopped this way and chopped that way. We had ones you could shoot from underneath and ones you could shoot from off the top. And a lot of them were really inside, were not fully tricked out. So I had cuts all of my legs and my hands, because these tricked out DeLorean things for special shots they put together, not for the comfort of actors. So I'd come out bleeding or something. Hey, Bob, I cut my hand in the looks great. They from the record, they didn't care about my well-being. I was already doing 2001, so I was so freaked out of my mind, I didn't know what I was doing. And like, it's all you're all right. Just step in front of the train. You're fine. It worked out, but it was the DeLorean was not a typical trick.
Do you remember? I was thinking about this. Do you remember when we had to do the kiss? When I realized that you're my son, and they were like trying to get the camera in there, and they couldn't get the camera in there, and they were freaking out because it was this old car, and they were like, "We're gonna have to cut up this car." Do you remember that?
Yeah, I made it as difficult for them as possible to get the shot. Try. Let's try to get this right. This works? No excuse. I like that scene. I like this simplicity for me. I know problem. Not my mother. How like everything. Great actors and really wonderful roles. It's so cute. It's so cute. Look at how gorgeous it was. It was so funny, and we've had such a good time. I had to put that out there.
All right, this next question is from Braden Murray from St. Cloud, Florida. And they want to know, what scene do each of you remember taking the longest or being the most difficult to film?
Well, I've given it some thought. And there was a scene in Future 3 in the time where Doc had was doing his stuff. And,
Man's height? We don't want a lot of explanation.
yeah. You're right. Well, there was, in this scene, there was a elaborate, huge mechanical device, a machine, and it made ice. The ice, steam all over, moving parts, and then a cube of ice would drop out.
Yep.
And I had a line immediately after it dropped, as I recall. Also during the scene, the steam engine, the train was coming into the railroad station, which could be viewed from that space, as I recall. The camera angle down there, and Clara arrived, or Clara was getting on it, or whatever. And the arrival of the train, and by saying that the ice dropped out, me saying that line was all kind of coordinated. And I had a simple line when the ice came out, and I don't remember what it was, but it was nothing complicated. And on one of the takes, I couldn't remember the line. So the steam engine had to come back to the station. The ice machine had to be started up again, and they had to go through the entire routine all over because of the damn cube of ice. I don't know why I told that story. I had an impulse, kind of like a confession.
I think that's the hardest thing. The hardest thing in the world, I think, is those scenes where a lot is going on and the camera's moving everywhere, and then it comes on you, and you have to say that thing. And so there's too much time to think about, like, don't blow it, Tom, get it right, that you can forget. It's very easy to do.
I think mine was in Back to the Future 2, when it started in the bedroom with you, and I had to come out, go down the stairs in that giant set at Universal, and like the camera was following, and Zemeckis would try to invent business to slow down the camera, and I was supposed to be drunk, and I was teetering in high heels, and that took forever, and that was so hard.
The entry into the Hill Valley Festival in the Old West was one of those shots, coming off of my horse, into the town, through dancers and everything, all kinds of things are happening, and horses are running and everything, and then the gentleman, it's happened to me, and Bert, I think, and he had that, like gentleman, the Smith & Wesson, whatever, 45, and it came right on him. We had to do that shot a number of times because it's coming up and you just go like, ladies and gentlemen, okay, back it up, horses back up, everybody backs up, Reed does it, but that's the nature of those shots, that only Robert Zemeckis, Scorsese, they planned that shot. The beginning of Goodfellas, the shot through the restaurant in Goodfellas or whatever. Those guys love those shots.
But the thing is now it's so different than it was then. Now, because I'm a director, they can fix so much. It's crazy. You know, they can put two takes together. At that time, we all had to be perfect. But now it's so different, and. So I'm just giving us credit.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was a lot. I mean, because I'll see stuff. I'll be like, don't worry about the marks on the floor. Don't worry about that. Oh no, we'll just split the screen, and it's completely much easier.
I think I remember too wanting to impress Bob so badly.
Yeah.
Bob was such a genius, and you wanted to prove yourself worthy and working with him. And So, like, there was a scene that I was in Back to the Future 3, with in front of the courthouse when I was being hung. And we were doing the scene, and we did the thing, and I'm being hung, and I'm playing my leg and stuff. And Bob said, I don't look right. And I said, Bob, watch this. Do it again. Watch this. You're about to see some acting. The best acting I've ever seen. I would nail this. And so we did it, and what happened, my hand slipped, and the rope went around my neck, and I was asphyxiated, and I passed out. And I was flipped out, my legs were flipping around, and I was out. And then we came back, and I came to, and he said, that was great. I was out. I didn't go to the hospital. It was a major thing, but it was. But that's how badly we wanted to press Bob, because he did invent something. Wanted to prove that we were worthy of his gift. We do justice to what he invented, and he always was like I can't express it. These guys will know it. Always like. We'd be up all night, and they said, well, he's going to quit because he's not going to get the shot. And we said, well, he's going to get the shot. We're going to be here all night to get the shot. And that's true. We'd be like, all right, we'll do this. And it would work. And it was amazing to work with him. And he went on to make Roger Rabbit. And like you said, like laying pipe and funny and gifted actor, he knew what he had Chris, and he went back to the well. Because he said he had to work with Christian, because could make his vision look alive. And he was so amazing, Roger Rabbit, so great.
Something that excuse me, that amazingly and happened today. Somebody came up to have his thing signed and said, Back to the Future made my youth. I grew up on Back to the Future. And that this is people from all over the world, where they say, Back to the Future made my youth, where they didn't have much else, and that gave them hope. And so many have said, I became a scientist or a surgeon, like today, or some other extraordinary profession, because they saw Back to the Future. But it's just that thing of saying there was nothing, but there was Back to the Future when I grew up.
And so many have told me, I was a scientist, but I decided to be a tough guy for the mafia. Inspiration.
No, what you're saying, though, it is, and what Michael said is, and I think we all feel this way, we're overjoyed and so thankful and grateful to you fans, because this was not something we saw coming. We didn't see that 40 years later we'd be sitting here talking to a group of people, half of whom weren't even born when we made that movie. And it's, right, more, yeah, whatever, sorry. I get fun. But it is a great gift, and I just really personally want to thank you guys, and want to thank these guys for being so amazing for all these years, and being such great scene partners. And
it's the best part of any art, isn't it? I mean, to actually do your best, and then to really touch people in a more profound way than you'd ever planned. It's an amazing thing. And we have all of us have so many interactions. And it's funny in a way, because those inexpressible things about your family, about watching it when you were sick from school, about dad bringing it home for the new VCR, about all of those things, they're expressible, but they're kind of inexpressible, you know? And people come up so much, and sometimes tears in their eyes, sometimes trembling, and I'm saying, I'm trying to communicate what it's meant to me, you know? But it's that magic. It's movie magic, literally. Because, you know, thank you very much. I understand what you mean. And everyone's like, I don't think you do. It's really something, you know, and it's something for us too. And it's very moving and wonderful to be able to affect so many people's lives around the world. Around the world. It's an amazing thing, you know, for just a movie. A movie about a guy who goes in a time machine car and meets his mom and dad, you know? In a way, always with Back to the Future, I'm always amazed. It's a relatively simple story. I'm amazed that somebody didn't write that before, you know, before 1984 or whatever. Yeah, you go to a time machine, meet your parents, see what happens. But it really, 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 as you know, struck a nerve. And to have people come up to it, do you know, there's a guy who's playing you on Broadway. You know, it's an amazing thing. Just this movie that we made, and now it's a show with Nathaniel. Nathaniel. The guy playing Biff. I don't care about the other characters. Oh, I can't get back to the future. Whatever. I'm talking about the guy playing Biff. Bravo, Nathaniel.
I also want to say, as a music fan, I like my favorite scene for me personally was To Do was the Giant Good scene. It made a lot of people. I was playing band, and it was always music was always a big part of my life. And now, you know, not to be immodest or not to brag, but just a cool thing. Imagine how cool this is for a guy who loved music, played music, played band all his life. When John Mayer or Chris Martin comes out to you and says, I played guitar because of Back to the Future. Wow. That's amazing. Because John Mayer said, oh, I think I'll play the guitar. And now he's like, we're going to start playing as normal then. And he does my little faking. Yeah, but it's cool. And it's so many gifts that come from doing this for a living. And now it's one of them.
And I've enjoyed so much, you know, getting in fistfights behind a dumpster in Las Vegas. It's on.
Okay, so to wrap up the panel, we have a quick game we're gonna play, and we're gonna see if you guys are all on the same page, or if you guys have different answers. So this is, how well do you guys know each other? Who is always the latest to set? Who showed up last to set?
Well, I never left the set. I mean, I was set to another, so I was the latest to set and the first and the last to leave. But I think that'd be a fair answer.
Yeah, well, because
I would show up for work at 2 in the morning and do my stuff and then go back to work and family ties. I never knew where I was. I was over family ties. I'd be going on to do a scene and I go, where's my camera? Where's my camera? And I realized that was Marty who had the camera. Alex didn't have the camera. Alex had the suitcase. So it was a weird time.
Who is most likely to get stranded on a deserted island?
And he wouldn't notice.
This must be a deserted island. Chris, we're on Manhattan.
Where's the craft service thing?
Who's the biggest prankster?
Yeah.
A little bit. I just try to have fun with things.
All right. How about who's the best dresser?
I haven't been anything, so I nominate myself. I had to wear that darn pink dress forever.
I almost wore that.
Oh, I've got a sparkly coat on.
Show it off.
You're my mom.
All right, the last one. Who's the best singer?
Singer? Her and him.
Hey, she waltzed with the strawberry blonde, and the band played on.
He's picking me up.
No, we all sing.
Yeah.
Lee's a wonderful singer.
I don't sing. That was me singing the movie at all. So,
I've been on Broadway.
Yeah, she's been on. No, I thought I was probably going to be a professional musician and singer, and then just kept getting in shows and things. And showbiz happens. You can't control every step of it. You're just trying. Well, they have a show. Okay, I'll do that. And then you end up in a movie. Just going, okay, we'll act in a movie then. But I'm going back to the harmonica.
Well, we're so thrilled that you guys were in this movie and all of the movies. This has been such a joy having you guys here. Thank you guys so much.